Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your money and career tarot and oracle card reading. This is a reading for all Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're going to start off here with an angel number. You have the number 1717. That's the drama alert. Independence, soul mission, alone time, learning, healing, aspirations. Take a few deep breaths and focus inward. You need time to think things over and consider your options. At this time, you must rely solely on yourself. You might not believe it, but you're heading in the right direction. What appears to be a lull in activity is just a natural part of the process. So it's okay if things seem to have quieted down a little bit, okay? If you're going it alone, if you might not feel like you have the most support with your money aspirations, you keep plugging away because you are on the right path. And then interestingly, we do have the energy of surrender. You're being asked to let go of your need to control each part of your life and surrender to the universe. Control is an illusion, and it's exhausting to try to hold on to it. Let it go and allow yourself to enjoy the relief that comes from doing so. So, especially if you're in a bit of battle of wills with somebody, if it's somebody at work and it's really driving you nuts and it's creating a lot of strife and conflict, money comes from the highest vibrational places. It comes from the energy of love. So when we're in the energy of control and anger, bitterness, resentment, we ain't in the money attracting business. We got to get out of that. So if there's something that keeps replaying in your mind over and over again, let it go. Not because they're worth it, but because you are. All right, we're going past, present, future, and advice today. In the past, you have cardinal medicine. In the present, you have the energy of ornaments. The future, bear medicine. And in the advice, candle magic. Now, the tarot, we always like to shuffle those just so you can tell. There's no funny business happening with these cards. Okay. In the past, you've got the Queen of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Sun. In the present, you have the Six of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the High Priestess. The future, you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Emperor coming out on top your way. So if you've been struggling with somebody not doing your things your way, I feel like that's what's going to happen. You've got the tables turning here with the Emperor. Now, your advice is the Two of Cups, Judgment. If you're waiting on a decision, I feel like you have one coming in, and the King of Swords. It's an excellent reading for all. So this energy of cardinal medicine, keep in mind that cardinals are oftentimes symbols of those dearly departed, your spiritual team, reaching out and trying to communicate with you all. Thy self bleeds of sacredness and honor fit for the gods. You are worth all the seas and all the skies and all the desires you hold inside. So know that you're worth anything that you wish for. I don't care if it's a really expensive car or a fancy house or some other material object. It's all available to you and you are worth it. So I feel like here you are on the right track, and I actually feel like the whole reading is quite nice. I feel like you got nice momentum in the past, and you may have hit a little bit of a what feels like not even a snag, but a little bit of difficult, kind of like you're having to really grind hard in the present. But in the past, if you met somebody who was really helpful with money, whether it was a realtor or somebody who hired you, I feel like you had an immediate fit and an immediate match. I'd also say those of you that have been doing research for some type of an entrepreneurship, some type of self-owned business, and I mean that in terms of anything, content creation, things like that. I feel like you're finding the right people, you're finding the right creators to give you the best advice. I also feel like, too, there's been a little bit of a shift or trend, a shift in the trend, I should say, in the real estate market that you've been looking at. So you might find yourself looking in a new direction, slightly different, but I do feel like the outcome will be a better fit for you overall. And again, it's up, it's your life. You can do with the cards. You can take the advice they give, but ultimately it's your decision. So with the energy in the present, you've got ornaments. So it is a remembrance of what was and with what will be, a fragile beauty beaming upon thy. So I feel like you have an opportunity coming in. You're under an energy of blessings, of moving forward with ease, of people seeming to start to get along better. And so I feel like you have a nice shift coming in that's going to make things a whole lot easier. Like I mentioned in this present energy, you've got this 10 of wands, but I also feel like it's an energy or an indication that your hard work is going to pay off. Now, the high priestess enjoys working alone. She doesn't need to work with others. So if you've been doing your own thing here for a while, and it's this too though, okay? I feel like you're going to have a shift out of that, where especially if it feels like it needed to be that way, where you didn't have supportive teammates or the right people around you, and you say, I can't do it with anyone else because there's nobody else to do it with. I do feel like with that Six of Pentacles, you're going to start to see a shift towards having more support. And I'd also say too, if you've been working really hard and having to work multiple jobs, and that has been problematic, I feel like you're gonna streamline that a little bit, where you're gonna be able to make more without so many different revenue streams. I saw something the other day, I don't know what state this was in, about a teacher that had two different jobs with a master's degree. I mean, that was a lot to be doing that many jobs with that level of education. So I do feel like you'll start seeing more bang for your buck here. Now, in the outcome here, you've got bear medicine. So we've got medicine a couple of times, which feels like healing, which means that you're going to have a solution. There is no tomorrow without the healing of the past, for in stillness you shall find yourself right where you are. And so I love this bear. I love his energy. I feel like it's you. You kind of are tough and strong and you're moving forward. Even if you've had some curveballs thrown at you, it's not too much for you. You're doing just fine here. And so the outcome, like I said, is great. You have a harvest coming in. I love the Six of Wands too, because you're going to get attention and accolades, but the Six of Wands is flying high. He's got the wreaths of victory a couple of times. And so I feel like this is where you're going to be victorious. Now you have Aries energy, but you also have the Archangel Gabriel in here. 3 major arcana. You've got Pisces and Cancer, correct myself, 4 major arcana. And so I feel like your intuition is a big part of this, following that internal drive that says, hey, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep pushing forward. You may have a bit of a course correction. And like we said, there could be some part of surrender to the universe, but that doesn't mean you just sit back and do nothing. With the energy of the Emperor, he is on top of it. Okay. He calls the shots. And I feel like that's what's happening. Some of you, it's going to be a promotion where you have a lot of authority and autonomy. If you feel like you've been disempowered, that ain't lasting, because this is the outcome. So with the Seven of Pentacles energy, that's where you see the shift, where you start to see more money coming in. So perhaps you don't have to work maybe as hard as you have been, because there has been effort here. And I feel like with the energy of the Emperor, it's also playing by the rules. So there's nothing dishonest. There's nothing, that you would not be able to do here. It's all doing it straight. It's all playing by the rules. And when you do it that way, you won't have to question what happens. So I definitely feel like people see you too as an authority figure in an area, and that is going to pay you dividends. That is going to pay off. So in this energy and the advice here, you have candle magic. Finger the spine and caress thy lips, light the spell spilling from your grip. So I mentioned before, sorry, I had that way off camera so I could see it. I apologize on that. That was ridiculous. I mentioned before with that energy of the high priestess, okay, that energy of knowing, of using your intuition, of not slowing down per se based on what other people around you are doing. So you have here finding a match, leaning into the match, being very clear. And I'll tell you what, the energy of the King of Swords also lets you cut out anything that's not financially solvent. So any type of services that you're getting rid of, guess what? You won't miss them. You won't say, I sure do wish I had that money drain. With the energy of justice, if you are waiting on a decision, that's a wonderful indication of a yes, and things moving forward in the way that will be for your best and highest good. The Two of Cups is also a match. So I feel like the bumpy times are over. You're coming into much smoother times, clarity. And this is one of those energies too, where you'll look back and say, I couldn't have made better decisions. That I nailed it during that time. So I definitely like this energy for you. Good things are coming to you, Taurus. I love you. I'll be back again soon.